What's up, my dudes? This is my new custom track called Tropical Storm, and this is just one of the trillions of track ideas I've had brewing in my brain for the past, I don't even know how many years, but I just finally put it together here, and it's a combination of tropical and sort of the rain and lightning effect in the background. And I've never really seen anything quite like this before. I've seen, obviously, the rain and the muddy style tracks, and I've seen the tropical style tracks with my tracks, but I've never seen the combination of the two, my dude. Like, I've just never seen that before. So I thought it was a pretty overall unique design in that sense, but it's a hybrid sand track, and it's got quite a few flat style corners on it. So as you guys know, usually Spencer Turley makes something completely different than anybody else has made on track and off track, and this definitely sticks to that script for sure. It's the on track's kind of hard to explain it in a video. You just got to ride on it, but it's got a lot of like flat style tracks, and some people might get sort of frustrated with that, but it's really not that bad because the sand is fairly deep, like I'm saying. So you don't even really need berms on this track. Like, you can just get it in a corner and start hammering the throttle and just slide it all the way around the corner, and it works out really well. Check out this section, dude. It feels like you're actually going over a wave. Like, I don't even know how to explain that. It's like there's a wave in the track. It's just, I don't know how that section came together, man, but it's like magic sometimes. I know it sounds so cheesy and stupid, but like really cool sections like this, you don't just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to make it just like that. You go in there and fart around, building 3 different things, and then you accidentally build this over here, and then all of a sudden, you have this really cool section that no one else has ever built on any other track before. That's basically what this track is. So I know from an outside look, it may look a little bit difficult, but I'm telling you, this is probably the most rideable track I've ever made, just simply for the fact that the sand makes it to where you can't get a super crazy speed on the track, so that kind of limits the hitting like a 7, 8, 9 jump or something crazy like that. But also, every jump landing feels a little bit softer. Like, if you come up short on something, it's going to feel a little bit softer. You really have to try pretty hard to knock yourself off of the bike coming up short on something on this track. Like, it's a pretty mellow design for a Supercross hybrid style track here. So yeah, it's just, I thought it was probably one of my best tracks I've ever made, and I hate to say that in a video because then it sort of puts this preconceived notion when you're riding on the track that I think that way about it, but I honestly feel that way. Like, I honestly feel like my track building's coming around, like it's coming together again. It took me a little while to get it back around, but it's back, dude. Like, I can honestly say that. It's finally back. Fun sections where you just, like the flat corners, man. This is such a good track to practice your flat cornering skills on because it's sandy. So you can just hammer that gas without having to worry about like a super hard packed track or something crazy like that. You can just slide it all the way around. And just fun sections like this where you almost like jump into the face of a rhythm section, but it's almost like I've got a little bit of a divot into the face of it, so you almost like, even though you're jumping into the face of the first triple in, it like feels natural because of how it's built and because of the soft sand. And that's one of those sections right there where you can just get 4th gear, never let off in the corner. So much fun, man. This track, I mean, I beg you guys, just ride on it. I'm telling you, just ride on it. Don't even listen to what I'm saying, just ride on it. And I want you to make your own opinions out of it, Don't let me sway your opinion on it, but I'm just saying, like, it just seems like way more of a completed track, on track and off track, overall design than I've been making here recently. It just seems like a more put together track. And It does have collidable tough blocks all the way around the track, so it gives it a little bit more of a professional feeling like that. I don't like to do that on every track, but definitely on some of them, it brings them together pretty well. And just the combination of the rain effect and the lightning, and then you've got the sand, and then you got the palm trees and the water. It's just got that really cool... I mean, I know I've made a rainforest trail track where it's like, you know, you got rain and then you sort of got the tropical vibe on it, but it's not like this. It's just not like this at all. This is more like, let's just say, an island out in Fiji or something, and there's a tropical storm coming. Like, you got some kind of hurricane action coming. That's kind of what this is here. You know, it's quite the different vibe, I feel like, than I've ever made. Even though it's tropical, Spencer Turley's known for tropical stuff, it's just different. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, this is a lot more 3D statues and stuff versus, like, billboards. So, even though there's not as many objects on this track, it just has a very, very realistic feeling to it. But you do always have to keep in the back of your mind that this is meant to be just a beach. Like, it's not... You can't put so much on a beach, because then it turns into more of like the inner island and not so much the beach. Like, beaches are not meant to have just a ton of stuff on them. So you got to bear with that a little bit. Yes, I understand certain parts of the track are just pretty bare, but that's what a beach is. You beach. Like, shit, dude. You know? I mean, that's what a beach is. So it's kind of hard to explain that, but you just got to... I mean, I feel like it still came together pretty well here, but just some of the triple ends and stuff, like the spacing of them and it's a lot easier. It feels like the peakness of the jumps I've toned down quite a bit more than any of my other tracks. I feel like that's one of the major differences in this track right here and a lot of my other tracks. Like, I finally, like, mellowed out my peakness a little bit, where it's feels more like natural jumps, not so much just like super kicker up in the air on every single jump you hit and stuff like that. So yeah, track link down below in the description. Remember, you guys can always donate as well. If not, it's totally cool, but I'm going to try to keep making as many of these tracks as I possibly can, because this is what I love to do. I mean, this is what I started YouTube on. This is like Spencer Turley right here. I mean, it just is, man. I love this stuff, but it's just, I've been out of doing it for so long, like consistently, that I've lost a little bit of my touch. I've lost a little bit of like what I was doing, but it's finally coming back around. The YouTube videos are coming back around. The custom tracks are coming back around. We got helmet cams coming ASAP, pronto, ASAP, JSAP, Flocky. It's all coming quick. Okay, it's about to explode up in here, dude. I mean, that's my plan, and that's what I want all of you guys. I don't say that in a cocky way. I say that in a way of like, that's what I want all of you guys to think like. I want all of you guys to think like, dude, I'm about to do this. Like, this is my time right now. Like, that's why I say what I say. It's not to try to be cocky. It's to try to give you the same confidence that I put in myself. That's the whole point in that. But anyways, yeah, man, they're a bit of a different sand decal on the actual on-track versus the off-track. So there's at least some variation there, even though it all is a very similar sort of gray tone sand coloration here. I still think it looks pretty good, and the finish line is right on where that Red Bull spot is right there. I know it may be showing lap times over here, but this is actually a playback race. So don't worry about those lap times, because I didn't even put the timing gates in until after I did the gameplay. So I don't really know why that's showing lap times now. But anyways, don't focus on that. I don't even know how that's possible for that to show lap times there. But either way, man, hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm going to continue to make some cool, awesome, different designs and stuff like this. Just let this be an example. Let my tracks be an example of there is no limit to what you can make. Don't put yourself in a box, man. Make whatever you want to make. Like, it's possible. You can do it. That's my whole MO on YouTube. and custom tracks and everything. The whole reason I do any of this is to let you know you can do anything. That's the whole galaxy thing. It all plays together, dude. Like, that's my whole deal here. That's my whole point. That's my whole practice. It's everything I'm trying to do, is just explain to people, like, man, life is this unlimited galaxy distance, and there's no limit to the things you can do. It seems like so many things in this world are limiting you, and they're trying to, like, force you into a certain path, and you just don't have to do that, man. Like, dream big, dude. Fuck all that other shit. They always try to look at it in a realistic way. Well, those people that look at it in a realistic way, they're gonna have a realistic job, and they're never gonna make it in anything. If you dream big and you never give up, see, most people give up on that dream, and then they never make it. Therefore, you have very few people that actually get their dreams. But if you never give up on those dreams and you work at it every single day, you can do it. And that's just the truth of it. So, either way, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.